Okay, is this going to work? Ah, yes. That's better. Well, with that being said, hello, it's me, mayohosko. Welcome back to another live stream build of Lego Assembly Square set 10255. I'm starting 10 minutes early today because I just felt like it. And I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to correct any mistakes with the audio, because when I tried to do a live stream last night at 11 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, I did an audio test on my voice recording shortcut, and that was working fine. But for some reason, when I tried to start a live stream on YouTube, it was muted, even though my microphone was working. So that was really bizarre. I've never had that happen where my microphone test is working, but the volume wasn't coming through on YouTube. So that I can add to the list of my struggles for live stream audio, and I can add that to the tales to tell about all of the weird glitches I've had about being a YouTuber. So I'm just glad that whatever happened, whatever bug was in the system was corrected. Now I just need to start the time-lapse video. So as we left off last live stream, we finished building bag number 4, which means we're that one step closer to completing the modular, because now we have to open bag 5. So let's open bag 5. I'll just get all the bags out I need for bag 5. And I better put my technology on my couch right here so that my cat doesn't come up and starts chewing on it, like she's done with a bunch of my cables. I really do not like my cat. Actually, I'll rotate this ever so slightly. There we go. That's all the bags. Now let me empty the bags. Ooh, there's something special. They put one of these window inserts that is supposed to be a mirror in a separate bagging to protect the reflective material. That's a nice touch. I wish Lego did that with some of their other reflective mirror stickers. That's something new. I haven't seen that style of packaging before. There's a lot of pieces in this bag number 5. There's a lot of pieces. Yikes. I think this might be the biggest bag so far. Look at all these pieces, my God. It's just a mountain load. I'm guessing somehow bag 5 will be building 2 different subsections, and we're just about to approach 7 minutes, and microphone's still connected. I just got to do another microphone test, see if I'm still alive. Still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. So, looks like the first thing we have to do is build the minifigures in here. So we need some, and starting off building a new set of bags is always the most challenging because the pieces are less spread out. So you really have to go searching. So we need a plaid red torso, and we need dark bluish grey pants. Where are they? And I apologize for any background noise that might get picked up on the microphone. You know, I'm not seeing any more. I'm not seeing the pants, so I'm gonna come back to that minifigure. Is there? Can I see any white pants for the ballerina? Or some person wearing a tutu. Well, anyway, there's the head. And she has the bun at the back of her head. White pants. White pants. No, I'm not seeing the pants. Well, actually, I can find. There's the headpiece for the man with the red plaid shirt, and there's his hairpiece. Come on, snap on. I'll have to come back for the pants pieces. They're buried somewhere down here. So we've got 3 viewers right now. One of them, I think, is me. Okay, let's move on to page 174. This is where the building starts. I think this is supposed to be a music studio or a dance studio. would it be, I can't remember from the Jane Bricks review if there's a recording booth in here or something, but I think it'd be nice to. Okay, what does that? It looks like a 1x10 light bluish grey plate. And we need a light 10 1x6 plate. And that needs to go in the center. And then we need 2 4x6 light 10 plates. Come on. Just trying to hug under my palms, under my sweaty palms. Actually, speaking of sweaty palms, oh, a piece just flew over here. I need to refill my drink bottle. I totally came in here unprepared because I was obviously anticipating audio glitches. Ten more seconds. Done. I apologize about that. Little disruption. Okay, back to where we were. So, looks like we need a light bluish grey 2x12 plate. And then we need a light 10 2x12 plate. And just like with all of my other live streams, I'm doing the building inside of the camera view of the time lapse. Okay, now we need light bluish grey, 2 light bluish grey 1x6 plates, and a 2x6 plate. There we go. And then we need a light 10 6x12 plate. Might be better to snap it on upside down. There we go. And then we need another light bluish grey 2x12 plate for doing the floor. And then we need another light 10 1x6 plate. Now we need to turn it underneath. And then we need a light 10 6x6 quarter round plate. And oh, hang on. You know what? I said 2x12s and 6x12s. I meant 14 instead of 12, sorry. Because now we're using a light 10 6x8 plate. My bad, whoopsie. And to go underneath that curve, we need a light bluish grey 4x4 quarter round plate. And in between that, we need a 1x1 plate. And to interlock, I think we need a 1x10 plate. That's 1x8. Need a 1x10. There we go. Okay, that's the floor. Then we need a 1x4 plate. And that covers that. And we need 2 more 1x4s. Got to make sure that I don't accidentally pick up a sand blue. And I think the sand blue color is supposed to be a throwback to the Pet Shop modular, which came out in 2011. The the pet shop and the apartment above it was in a sand blue, and the townhouse next to that was in a dark red color. Okay, now I need to flip this over again. I'm just gonna have this resting up against. Okay, so we need a bunch of sand green 1x6 bricks. Hopefully I'll be able to find those minifigure legs soon. And yeah, I think, yeah, there's a total of 5 1x6 sand blue bricks. And then we need a 1x1 sand blue brick, and then 2 white 1x1 modified bricks with the 1x1 studs on the side. The non-headlight version that doesn't have the recessed stud. Now I can turn to page 178. Okay, now get involved in a lot of tiles. So we need some dark tan 1x2 modified plates with the straight tooth edge. We need 5 of them, and need to have a spacing of 1x4 studs so that we can fit in some dark tan 1x2 tiles. And by the way, I must say, if anyone is watching the live stream live and you're not just watching this or listening to this in a podcast form on the replay, feel free to make your presence known in the comments live, because I'll always make sure to mention people who come into the stream and say hi or something, because I like engaging in that small talk when people ask me questions in their comments within the live stream, because A, it gives me something to talk about, and B, it makes the stream more entertaining to listen to. Like yesterday's stream, there was someone who came in, fun time. His name is Mike, and he lives in California. And as a result, we got to talking about American sports together. I love talking about American sports, particularly. I'm a sports fanatic, and even though I am Australian, I think I like American sports better than Australian sports, because I have more teams that I root for, and the dramatization is a lot higher, and the entertainment, crowd pleasing, giving the people what they want is much higher with American sports, because Americans aren't as easily entertained compared to Australians and compared to Australians and British people. So therefore the entertainment standards are higher. At least that's just my opinion. So we got involved into a good conversation, and that's the kind of viewer engagement I like to get involved with. As is the case when someone comes along on one of my videos and leaves a comment. I love responding to people's comments below my videos, because I like establishing that connection between the viewer and the content creator. I like to build that relationship, because that's how people first become interested in the mayohosko community. That, or they reach out to me over social media. One of my friends just text me. Oh wow. I'm not going to get involved into that. What just came up? But that sent a mini shockwave down my spine, honestly. I'm not going to get involved into that. Yeah, so whether it's you deciding to leave a comment down below or reaching out to me on social media saying, hey, I watch your videos, that's the kind of interaction I really like, and that only drives my motivation to keep on making these videos and to keep on making these live streams. Putting down a series of light bluish grey 1x2 jumpers. Actually, let's do something. I want to see if someone picks up on Messenger. Let's see if they answer the call. Hello, Adrian.
Hello.
You are on the live stream.
Am I?
Yes, you are. So why don't you say hello to the viewers out there?
Hello, everybody. To anybody who's watching.
Are you a regular viewer of the mayohosko channel?
Trying to be.
And when you say trying to be, does that mean that there's a lot of stuff in your life getting in your way that's preventing you from being a regular viewer, and that you haven't watched the videos in chronological order?
That would be correct.
And that's what I anticipated. But I'm not going to criticize anyone who has that, who's in that position, because I respect the fact that everyone has their own schedule. So we're just going to have the awkward silence?
Nope.
So, yeah, so as the viewers might not know, unless the viewers follow me on social media, I'm a gamer of Forge of Empires, and I am a semi-pro because I know what I'm doing, and as a result, I've been a mentor to actually a lot of people who needed help in their Forge of Empires gameplay, and I've helped you out with your Forge of Empires gameplay, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
And why is it that you've needed my help?
Because I'm not very good at the game, and you've played it for how much longer than me? Probably 3-4 years.
I think I'm coming up to 900 days of gameplay.
Okay, so that's what, a couple years.
Yeah, a little over 2 years, approaching 3 years. So, how come you got kicked out of your guild in Forge of Empires, Adrian?
Because for whatever reason, my game kept crashing. So,
or is it really the fact that you got kicked out because you weren't active enough?
Well, I was active the last few days prior to the last, like a few days ago. Like, I did most of, like, the level 1 GEs and all that type of stuff. But the last couple of days I couldn't, because every time I'd load it just would not load the game up at all.
Maybe that's a problem because you haven't updated the app.
Well, the weirdest part is I tried it like 10 minutes ago and it finally worked. So
yeah, I think that's saying more about your device's capability to run the app than it is the app itself. That's just my opinion.
Well, this iPad's only bloody 18 months old.
Well,
not even.
Seems like you have really bad luck with technology, and you're the one that believes in God, and you keep getting screwed over.
Oh, there's not much I can do about it, so.
Yeah. Well, have you thought about? Wait, no, you can't play on the computer because you made your account with Game Center.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was a big blunder because if you were able to do gaming on PC, you might not have those crashes right now.
I don't know whether my laptop would run it that well, though.
Well, how many megabits per second is your internet?
No, I can't even remember now.
Well, what you can do is you can a Google internet speed test, and you can get the ping. You can get the ping rating, and you can get how fast your uploads and downloads are on a speedometer. I use the IINet internet speed test myself.
I mean, I don't know whether the internet speed be the issue. I think it's just be the laptop's capabilities. But
because my internet, we pay for 83 megabits per second in peak hour, and most times during non-peak hour, we're reaching about 100 megabits per second, which is creme de la creme. So the internet gods, I guess, just don't. Well, the internet gods and the technology gods, I guess, just don't like you.
Well, it's not an internet issue. I've had no problems with the internet at all. So I don't know what's.
Yeah, and as I said to the viewers earlier, I tried to do a live stream last night, but I was able to hear myself on my voice recorder shortcut, but when I went to YouTube itself and tried to do a live stream, it was muted. And as everyone knows who follows these live streams, I've had a bunch of troubles with my audio quality, and obviously I have a lot of troubles with my visual quality as well, because I don't have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. So that means that I can't do live streams from my mobile devices. And I'm going to be getting the iPhone 13 when it comes out in October 2021. And it's a shame that I won't be able to use that for filming live streams. I'll be using that to film all of my other videos.
How do YouTube restrict that, though, for the live stream?
Someone's just come home. Just let me stop. Don't come out here. Sorry about that, viewers at home. Yeah, so I won't be able to do live streams because I don't have the YouTube won't allow me yet. Okay, where is this piece? Okay, we need a headlight brick. And inside of that headlight brick, we need a light bluish grey half round tile. Yeah. So, do you want to tell the viewers about any videos on your YouTube channel and any social media that they can find you at?
Hello, 2 secs.
Now we need another light bluish grey headlight brick. And now we need a joystick lever.
My YouTube channel is Venomous Taipan. Go check it out. There's only a couple videos on there, but I do want to create more when I get better equipment. That was my biggest issue for the first couple of videos. So I need to probably invest more before I can continue more.
I think the type of content you need a separate webcam, and I think Logitech webcams cost about $60. Now, I think this is supposed to be a cash register of some sort. So I guess you can buy some musical instruments here. Okay, I've done that layer of plates, and we've done all of those tiles and those jumpers. Now let's move on to page 184. So do you want to, is there anything else that you want to say before I let you go, Venomous Typin? Do you have any social media to plugs?
Sorry?
Do you have any social media to plug?
I do not, actually.
But don't you have a Facebook? Don't you have an Instagram?
I do.
So why don't you want the viewers at home to go and follow you on Instagram or try and friend you on Facebook?
Because I'm not very active on them.
Well, that's a shame. Is there any final
on top
thoughts?
of that, I probably want to keep that private. If I was going to do a account like that, I'd have it as a channel account and have it 2 separate accounts.
So is there anything else that you want to say before I let you go?
Subscribe to Venomous Taipan, subscribe to mayohosko, and enjoy the live stream.
That's all, folks. Goodbye. Not. Okay, bye, Venomous Typin. So that was Venomous Typin, and he is one of my loyal supporters on Patreon, and he is one of my best friends. Yeah, so that was a little bit interesting. Okay, now we need sand blue 1x2 brick. Come on, hang on in there. Now, I'm just trying to think about things I can talk about, because my mind has kind of drawn a blank about some small talk topics. What can I talk about? Oh, yes, I know. So, as I've said, I think in the previous 2 live streams, I want to say, I have had plans to make some castle and classic space mocks. I have filmed 3 videos about some castle mocks that I made after I finished building my Lego castle itself on the 32x48 raised base plate that I talked about yesterday. And when I had a bunch of leftover castle elements that I was able to use to make some of those small mocks. And those classic space build mocks I was talking about yesterday, I realized that I haven't actually shown you those mocks yet. And some of those mocks I'm actually quite proud about how they turned out. Some of them I think I might tear down and make slight modifications to. But some of those mocks I actually like the way they are, considering that they are about 4 years old now. And I didn't have access to the parts that I have now because of all the sorting I've done throughout the year of 2021 in my quest for sorting my parts collection in Operation Sort. So I can do videos about those to show off some of the mocks that I've made, and the mocks are small enough that I can probably show 2 at a time in one 10-minute video. Now we need some small light bluish grey Exoforce arms to go in there, and they need to be the clips need to be vertical. Where's another Exoforce arm? These Exoforce arms are really tough to find. I'll just get one from my spare pieces. And that goes inside of some 1x1 modified bricks with the 1x1 studs on the side. And what else do we need? Yeah, that's it for page 185. I thought I saw the pants, but I didn't. So now let's turn over to page 186. Okay, now we have to use some of these stairs, reddish-brown stairs, and these elements are going to haunt me now for reasons that you'll see in when I upload those videos about those Lego castle mocks that I've made. You'll eventually see the reasons why. And that doesn't look right. And it doesn't because this assembly is supposed to be one stud over. So I'm guessing we'll have to fit 1x4x3 by 3 windows or something in here. Now the stairs has an area to latch onto. Oopsie. Oh, don't want pieces falling over the edge. So now we need to build 2 of these windows. So we need the black 1x4x3 window frames and the trans clear inserts, respectively. That goes in there. And now we need to put on a layer of bricks on top to make that even. And there's the other window insert. Yeah, so a couple teasers about what's to come, and hopefully pieces are flying everywhere. So a couple teasers for some content to come. I like to share a lot of teasers for my videos to come in these live streams. Just because I think it's the right place and the right time to do so. So now we need some brick, another layer of bricks. So we need even more sand blue 1x6 bricks. I'm really digging all of the sand colors in this build. And also I want to try and make some spacecraft in the color scheme of Space Police 1. Because a long time ago, I bought some... What did I buy? I bought some old style trans-red windscreens, hinged windscreens that would have come in a lot of Space Police 1 sets for the intentions of building some space police craft. Like, I think it'd be really cool to build a prisoner transport ship in the Space Police color scheme, and I'd love to also build a ground rover that can carry a similar build to the old Space Police 1 jail cell pod. But I think it'd be a little bit pricey for me to find some of those trans red antenna pieces, the 4 long bars with the studs on, with the anti-stud on the bottom, and we're just ticked over 39 minutes and the microphone is still connected. Cool. What else? So now we need to put some dark bluish grey 1x1 plates on either side of the reddish brown plate that helps bridge the stairway. Come on, slide in there. And where's the other one? Here it is. And then it looks like we have to put some sand blue 1x4 plates on top to level it off. And then we need a whole bunch, well, then we need 2 sand blue 1x2 bricks and another 1x1 brick. That levels that off. And that's it for page 187. Let's move on to page 188. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of the building right now is just layers of bricks. So we're using even more 1x6 bricks. And a repeating pattern with an offset of one stud per floor, so that we can get that interlock. So every second layer, there's a 1x1 stud or a brick on the end. Yeah, I do think this is supposed to be a music store. And it looks like some of those light bluish grey tile. I always want to call them tiles. Jumpers. Is going to be holding a drum kit. And I always like Lego's builds for drum kits. So now we need to hang an acoustic guitar on the wall. And we also need to hang an electric guitar on the wall. And that's unprinted. Some of the electric guitars I've seen before have actually had a white, have had some small white printing. So now we need to build the drum kit. So what do we need? We need one of the large light bluish grey, what is it? One of these light bluish grey L-shaped bracket pieces, the big ones. And we need to place a 2x2 round tile in white. And then underneath that, we need a blue 2x2 round plate with a 2 long red Technic axle. Come on, snap in there. Oh yeah. And then we need to do some upside down building to fit 2 more blue 2x2 round plates. I like that upside down. I always like it when Lego can do upside down builds, particularly in the modulars. And then on top of that, we need another white 2x2 round tile. And that's that. And that gets slotted one stud away from the dark tan 1x2 tiles we've placed. Now let's move on to page 190. I skipped one page by accident. So now we need to build the drum, the cymbals on the side. So we need two of the telescope pieces, and we need 2 more blue 2x2 round tiles with 2 more white 2x2 round tiles. And for 2 different builds for cymbals. I think they're the crash cymbals, I want to say. I took a music class in high school back before we could choose our electives, and I remember our class had to learn to play the drums, and I was not the best. I'll tell you that. I was not the best. And I'm not exactly I'm not hip to the jive with my musical instrument knowledge either. So now we need... what do we need? We've already got those black 1x1 cone bricks. So inside of that, we need 2 black 4 long bars. Where are those bars? No, I think I'm just going to use some from the extras because I can't find them. There's a bar. Yeah, that's 4 long. Come on. Wedge in there. Come on. Ooh. No, that's not. That's not. That's weird. Is this a 3 long? That's weird. Is this a 3? Is this a 3 long? Yeah, that's a 3 long. Interesting. I didn't know they made a 3 long bar. Maybe that's just my ignorance. I guess maybe sometimes throughout this build I might have said a 4 long when I meant a 3 long bar. Well, I apologize if I've made those mistakes. My bad. Okay, where is that cone brick that I just removed? Where is that cone brick? There it is. And there's another one of the reddish brown stairs in here. Okay, on top of there, we need, for each of these other symbols, we need to stack 2 yellow 2x2 dishes. Actually, no, one of them is only 1. Sorry. Okay, there's that. And now we need to build a holder for a pearl gold saxophone. Cue Careless Whisperer by George Michael in the background. In my opinion, that's the most famous saxophone riff ever. For a lot of dirty reasons, which I won't get into. Where is... we need a black 1x1 Z-axis clip, as I call it. And where does that go? That goes here. And then we need another one of those clips. Where is another one of those clips? There's a clip. And that needs to be oriented with the clip being vertical to hold the pearl gold saxophone. Look at that pearl gold saxophone. I wish it was in a chrome gold. I wish all of the pearl gold elements were in chrome gold. Because honestly, I do not like pearl gold. I think it looks cheap. But the problem with the old chrome gold and the chrome silver that I think first came out with for the gold coins in the original run of Lego Pirates in 1989. And then chrome silver really started taking off in 1997. The problem with those old chrome elements is that they were only painted chrome. They weren't molded chrome, so the chrome would actually wear off a lot. And I've totally missed out on some bricks, so we need some more studs on the side 1x1s. I've totally glossed over these, and we need more 1x1 plates also. See, when I'm doing a live stream, often I'll forget to do something within the instructions. So I apologize for that. Kind of having to retrace my steps a lot throughout this build. What else can I talk about? Yeah, so I said that I wanted to make some ships in the color, some spacecraft in the color scheme of Space Police 1, I would if I knew exactly where all the pieces were, I would love to piece back together the Allied Avenger from Black Tron 1 and piece back together the IceSat 5 from Ice Planet 2002, which was released in 1993. I think in one of my Mayo's Random Vintage Lego episodes where I talked about the vintage space themes, particularly from the 90s, I think I might have said that Ice Planet came out in 1992. It came out in 1993. So if I had people that actually commented on my videos, I would think they would have pointed that out, and I would have stand corrected. But I think Captain Matt is up in here. He says, "Hi Mayo, happy lockdown." Yes, unfortunately, South Australia has gone back into a lockdown because someone from Argentina came back to Australia, and they did their 14-day quarantine in a different state. So they went through the right process, but then they came back to South Australia and they tested positive for corona again. So now we're in a 7-day lockdown, which might have an impact on me, my first, the first week back at university. So I'm not sure what's going to go on with some of my uni classes. They might have to be an online model if they're not already. So that's a little bit sad. But to be honest, corona hasn't impacted my life a lot because I live my life in a bubble in the first place, because I choose not to go out a lot. I choose to be an indoors person because I have my most fun when I'm doing something alone, like doing a live stream build of a Lego modular. I feel a sense of accomplishment whenever I build Lego mocks. I feel a sense of accomplishment whenever I build a Lego set that I can implement into my city. I have a lot of pride when I can piece together old sets that I either took apart years ago, back in my childhood, or pieces in my collection that I have enough of those pieces to build sets that I never owned. I really like that. Like for the longest of time, I think 4 years ago, I tried piecing together. No, would have been 3 years ago. I tried piecing, and we just got our first like. I'm sure that was from Captain Matt, so thank you. 3 years ago, when the 60th anniversary gift with purchase set came out, that was the mini builds of the Galaxy Explorer from Classic Space, the airport shuttle from Vintage Town, the Black Seas Barracuda from Classic Pirates, and the Yellow Castle from the Legoland Castle era. I tried piecing those together, and I did manage to get them nearly complete, but over time I've neglected those builds, and I've ended up robbing the pieces to build other mocks, and it's just gotten into a little bit of a mess. So I think I'll have to do a video sometime about trying to see if I can piece those piecing togethers back together. Captain Matt says, Ashley is here watching this with me. She says, hello, Mayo. This is interesting hearing about your pieces. Yes. And the more and more I continue along with Operation Sort, the more and more interesting pieces I'll be able to find to use in my Lego mocks. And that is my number one reason why I've been so eager to sort my parts collection throughout the year of 2021, is because I want to because I know I have the skills to make to make better mocks than what I used to. And what I've learned over time is the reason why someone's mocks is better than someone else is because of the way they sort Lego. If you only sort your pieces by color, or if you only sort your pieces by part type, then that's not the most detailed way of sorting your pieces. And actually, yeah, that's not the most detailed way of sorting your pieces. And so you end up scrambling a lot of the time to find pieces that you're looking for, and then you eventually give up on your search, and then you just forget about using those pieces. I don't want to be that lazy mock builder anymore. And so that's why I want to properly sort my pieces so that I don't have those problems. Captain Matt says, "Oh, wait, Mayo, gotta go. We better start panic buying. It's the end of the world. Ciao. Haha. Goodbye, my friend." Okay, now we need one of the curved windows. And yeah, that's 2x2. No, sorry, 1x2x3. And we don't need to put in a glass insert, but we do need to put two 1x4 white arches over the top. Don't want this falling apart on me. Snap into place, come on. Come on, snap into place. Oh, come on. Snap in there. There we go. And we have to do this build three times. And we need to put a layer of tiles on top. Yeah, and going back to my plans for space mocks, I'd love to make a couple more ships or spacecraft using both the Blacktron 1 and the Blacktron 2 color schemes. And I'd like to do the same thing with the Ice Planet color schemes. Because not only did I've spoken about this before, not only did I own the iSat 5, but I also owned I think it's the Celestial Sled and the Ice Tunnelator, which was one of the smaller sets. The Celestial Sled was one of the medium-sized sets, and I think the iSat 5 was the third biggest set in Ice Planet 2002. Now we need another one of the glass inserts for the 1x2x3 windows in white. And then we need some more of those 1x2x2 panels. And another one of the curved windows. And try finagle those arches on again. Oh, come on. That was more easier. Wasn't trying to fall apart on me this time. And now the tiles. So something tells me at the pace I'm going at right now, what is it? I'll probably get through a third of the pieces, or maybe halfway of these pieces done by the end of the live stream. And hopefully, if my microphone and the YouTube system will actually allow audio to be heard and not my voice be muted, even though an independent microphone test said that my microphone was working, barring any of that nonsense. I'll be able to do a live stream tonight. And to tell you the truth, I pulled an all-nighter, and I went to bed at 7 a.m. and I woke up at 3:30 p.m. and I'll be going to bed. I'll probably try to get another 2 to 4 hours of sleep after this live stream before I join in the Brixie membership Zoom call, because I am a member of the Brixie channel. He has a really awesome Lego city, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about Brixie in some of these live streams before. He has a really awesome Lego city, and he has a really awesome community. And I am a paying customer in that community, and some of the privileges that us Brixie members get for paying, well, I pay $4 a month, which is $3 Canadian a month, because Brixie is in Canada. He lives, I think, in the suburbs of Edmonton. And speaking of Edmonton, my older brother is actually a fan of the Edmonton Oilers because of Wayne Gretzky. I'm a fan of the Pittsburgh Penguins because of Sidney Crosby. And let me just take a water break. So we've done all of those window builds. Hashtag always be hydrated. Let me just check the time lapse. Yep, time lapse is still going. For some reason, I was questioning myself if I hit the record button. That would have been silly if I hadn't. Okay, that's it for page 193. Now page 194. So, we're doing a repeat build that's 5 times. So for each build we need a light tan, 1x2 modified brick with the 1x2 studs on the side, and a light tan tile to go on top of those studs. Then we need a dark tan. We need a 2 dark tan 1x2 modified plates with the straight tooth edge, and we need a stack of 4 sand blue profile bricks with the horizontal striations facing the outside, and another one of those tooth plates on top. And we need to repeat this build 5 times. Just gotta slide this in here. I'll just have to take this off so we'll take this away. And I apologize for any time that the notifications on my phone go off and it blows up my phone. Okay, that's that. Actually, it's not a stack of 4, it's a stack of 5. Okay, there we go. And that aligns with the 1x2 tiles on top of the windows. So now we need to build 4 more. And so there's a lot of different things I could do with classic space mocks. But I think the general purpose that I want to build for my diorama is I want it to be an interplanetary space base. So I want it to incorporate some jails, some space jails for the space police. I also want to incorporate a trading post so that they can send extraterrestrial resources for energy use or something, or fuel use back to Earth. I also want to have a whole bunch of science labs for analyzing those extraterrestrial rocks or samples of gems or ore or something, minerals, etc., etc. And I want 3 distinctive color schemes for the structure builds. The first one, I want the light grey and trans green color scheme of to resemble some of the 1970s all grey color scheme for some of the ground vehicles, and Grontron, as people like to call it, from the mid-80s. I also want to get the blue and white that was used for that was used in a lot of ships. I think some of the things that come to my mind is the twin starfighter, I think it's called. And we have just nearly 8 minutes ago we made it over 1 hour. So we're now approaching 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's that done. And I also want to go after the color, probably the most famous color scheme from classic space, which was blue and trans yellow. I want to incorporate those 3 color schemes into the builds of the structures. And a while ago, I bought some 8x8 great lattice plates on Bricklink. I think that's the same order where I got some hinge pieces to attempt to piece together with a slight modification of a little unknown set from 1992 that was an airport lift truck. Those kinds of vehicles that would lift the small 10-foot shipping containers that would carry the food for an airline. Would load into the cargo hold, particularly for international flights that have in-flight prepared meals. That isn't just on that snack cart that the stewards and the attendants roll around mid-flight. So, how about that airline food? I couldn't pass up making that cheesy joke. And so that's another thing that's on my to-do list, is to build that when I can find the right pieces. And to be honest, I forgot where I placed the hinges, but they shouldn't be that hard to notice because those hinges are in red. And those same hinges were actually in in black in the Ice Planet's IceSat 5. And so I'm not exactly sure what I did with those hinges, but I know that they're there somewhere, and they should stand out because they're such a bright color. And so but before I make all of those structures, because I don't have the exact pieces I want right now, that's why I have made more vehicles than structures. And as I said a little earlier, I'll need to do videos about some of the vehicles that I have already built and talk about some of the builds that I'll want to do slight modifications to. Because some of those mocks I'm actually rather proud of for the way they came out and the color scheme that I was trying to get. So I haven't done videos about them, and I'll definitely want to do videos about them because I like to show off my mocks. And there are some other mocks that I haven't shown off in dedicated videos. I've made some vehicles, some cars a long time ago that I think I want to do videos about saying that I need to change some of the color schemes, because the more and more I look at my fleet of street legal road vehicles, the more and more I think I don't really like the Lego aesthetic of two-tone colors for cars. I'd rather them be one solid color like they are in real life. So I'm thinking I'm going to be changing the color schemes of some of the vehicles that I already have to make them less Lego-like and make them more realistic in their color scheme, so that you can have an all-red car, and you can have an all-blue car, and you can have an all-yellow car, and you can have an all-white car, and you can have an all-black car, and if need be, you can have an all-green car. And actually, one of my favorite cars ever is a lime green Mazda 2. That was before I got my acquired taste in vehicles such as the Volkswagen T1 camper van and the Ferrari F40. And I'm not sure if I've said this before, but I'll say it again for those who might not have heard if I did say it once before. I'm a big fan of the Ferrari F40. There was a creator expert set of a Ferrari F40 that came out in 2014. Back in 2014, I didn't have the level of appreciation for the Ferrari F40 that I have now, so I didn't buy that set. And now I regret not buying that set. So just to get one in complete good condition is twice the recommended retail price that it was back in the day. So unfortunately, that's out of my price range. And to be honest, I don't think I have a good space to put that scale of Lego cars anyway. But what I've been thinking about doing is trying to find the Lego Speed Champions. I need a white on my two tile. There it is. And some more panels. 3 high panels. Been thinking about trying to find the Lego Speed Champions Ferrari F8 Tributo for $20 or less. Australian dollars, that is. because I know that eventually one day it'll come up in a 20% off sale. Now we need to build a little flower box underneath this window with some regular green and light lavender flowers. I'm thinking about converting that Speed Champions Ferrari F8 Tributo into a Ferrari F40. I think I'll need to log on to Lego Digital Designer and learn how to insert existing builds from Lego's 3D model database to implement that into Lego Digital Designer. I've never actually done that before, and so I'll need to research about how to do that. So I can insert the build for the Ferrari F8 Tributo into Lego Digital Designer, and then I can go through the process of making modifications to that 3D model by using the pieces in the Lego Digital Designer database. So I can design my own modification to that Ferrari F8 Tributo. And by the way, before I forget, I think I forgot to say that another one of my perks about being a member of the Brixie channel is that we get to participate in exclusive Zoom calls for members only, and that's why I pulled an all-nighter, and that's why I woke up at 3:30 p.m. today. And speaking of times, I know I started this stream 10 minutes early, but normally on a weekday, hopefully for the rest of the week, and the live streams that I've already done in this live build series of Lego Assembly Square set 10255. I have started these at 4 p.m. and have ended them at 6 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. So if you do want to get involved with the live stream live, and you're in a different time zone from Australian Central Standard Time, you can convert that into your local time zone so that you know when I'll be going live. And so the Brixie membership is always on a Wednesday morning, but this time it's at 4:30 a.m. And to get my money's worth of $4 a month, I now go out of my way, out of my sleep schedule, to make sure that I get involved in those Zoom calls so that I can get value for money. Now I need a white turntable base. Where was it? Need a white turntable base. And we've just gone over 1 hour and 19 minutes. Actually, let me do an audio test because I'm rather OCD about my audio quality. Okay, that's fine. That's where I want it to be. Okay, where is that turntable base? It's supposed to go on top. Oh, there's the dark bluish grey pants. So now I can put that on the minifigure, and I can put this male behind the cash register of his music store. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. And there's the white pants that I can put on the bottom of the ballerina or the girl with the tutu on. I love the tutu piece because of how much detail is in the hard plastic to get the frilliness of a tutu. And actually, whenever I see the Lego tutu minifig accessory, I always think of the SpongeBob episode. I think it's from season 9, Toy Store of Doom, where SpongeBob tries on not a tutu, a mantu, because it has extra support in a man's undercarriage. There's the bottom of the turntable in white I was looking for, because it has extra support in the undercarriage. Okay, so what now? Now we need to put the turntable swivel in light bluish grey on top. So there it is. That goes on the bottom of these 2x3 light bluish grey plates, and it interlocks them in the process. And come on, snap on there. Okay, there we go. Now that's in place. And now let's move on to page 198. Yeah, I definitely think, you know what? We might get through 2/3 of bag number 5 today. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on from whatever I was talking about earlier. Okay, what now? So now we need to do some stacks for some columns. And we need to do those twice, and they have a lot of pieces. So I'm going to talk about something else I want to talk about. I talked about earlier in a previous live stream that I had made a bunch of train mocks, and I have now edited and uploaded for schedule uploads all of those videos for the train mocks and modifications I've done. And what I'll say, I don't think I've said that. I don't think I've said this before, but I'll give you a teaser for some of my locomotives. That be the blue diesel locomotive from the blue cargo train back in 2014, or the red and grey electric locomotive from the 2016 heavy haul train. They had door rails and guard rails on the sides of them, which meant that the loading gauge of those locomotives were 8 studs wide. But because of a certain table leg that causes an interference for the train loop behind the row of modulars in Mayo City, I've actually modified those locomotives so that they don't have the door handles and they don't have the guardrails either. So I've been able to reduce the loading gauge down from 8 studs wide to 6 studs wide. And there's still a little bit of contact as they rub up against the table leg, but it's only minimal contact. And unlike when they had a loading gauge of 8 studs wide, at 6 studs wide, they don't get bumped. They don't get bumped at the risk of becoming derailed. And that was my biggest problem with that bumping, is that when they would be tilted sideways, there was a risk that they would become derailed at the crossover track. The famous Power Functions plastic crossover track that now sells for can sell anywhere between 100 and 300 US dollars, which is just insane because it doesn't even work. It's a terrible design because you can't run two trains straight in a parallel direction using that thing. Instead, you have to have it in opposite. You have to have trains running in opposite directions if you want them to pass each other going straight and not have one of the trains get switched onto the other track. And I just see Funtime pop up back in here, and he says hi. That's Mike, by the way. And I say hello, Funtime. So, from what you were saying yesterday, that you live in California, I'm guessing it'd be 12:18 a.m. for you. So, we've got now what's becoming a regular viewer that's popped up in this same time of my live streams. See, that's the kind of community engagement I love with doing these videos, is when you see regular commenters that regularly comment on a video, or they come into a live stream like Funtime, like Sharon Stevens, like Sonia Fox, like Captain Matt, like Venomous Typin, all those regular commenters who, some of them are in the mayohosko fan club, and Captain Matt and Venomous Typin support me on Patreon. That's the kind of connections I love to establish in the mayohosko community. And Funtime says, "How are you today?" Well, I'm feeling great. Much better now that you're in here. Unfortunately, South Australia, because of a positive corona test by someone in the community, has gone back into lockdown, which might cause some schedule changes for my first week back at university next week. My first class starts on Tuesday, which means that Monday will be the end of the mayohosko Winter Bonanza. And I'll try to film videos on the weekends throughout my university semester, as well as trying to film some more videos if I don't have any homework that needs doing in my spring break in October. But I don't promise any guarantees about that. Hopefully I'll be able to find some nuggets of time within my university schedule to film a couple videos. Hopefully I can do that. But anyway, because I live my life in a bubble in the first place, because I admit that I am an introverted person, I have the most fun when I'm alone doing something I like filming YouTube videos, or building Lego mocks, or building Lego sets like this Lego modular set assembly square set 10255, building things especially on a live stream that I can then put into Mayo City. That's stuff that I can do when I'm alone, and I enjoy doing all of that stuff alone. And I've had a lot of great times with my friends, especially when me, Venomous Typin, and Captain Matt have come over to my house and done Wii gaming, like Mario Kart and Wii Sports and Super Smash Brothers and Super Mario Brothers Wii and various other games. We've had a lot of good times, and we've had a lot of good sleepovers, and me and Captain Matt have actually done a live stream together when I was I think I was building something, and Captain Matt was building a Ninjago set that he's left at my house for close to 3 months now, and he's left a can of CC and dry beer for the past 2 months. He needs to come back to my house and get that stuff. Okay, so I've done that plate layer. So now on to page 200. How many pages to go in this build? Oh, speaking of the devil, there's something at the end of the instructions that really gets me. So it looks like there's 298 pages. Is that 298 pages? Yeah, 298 pages. So that means if I'm at page 200 right now, that means I am officially 2/3 of the way done. Funtime says, you have a vibe, I think. You have a vibe, I think you are going to make it big on YouTube. Well, I'm starting to... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. My computer just reached 10% charge, so I'm going to need to put my laptop on charge. Hope my live stream doesn't die. Oh, I gotta hurry. I gotta hurry. I don't want this to die on me. Gotta be quick about this. Gotta get this thing on charge. Hurry. Sound the alarm bells. Okay, get that plugged in. Hopefully my audio didn't cut out during the process. Oh, phew. My microphone is still connected. Oh, yeah. So, as I was saying, I'm starting to believe what you're saying, Funtime, because in the past month, I have gained 7 subscribers. So, and I'd say that the month, that the last, well, yeah, I would say that the month of July, I'm pretty sure the month of July 2021 has been my fastest growing month in my reboot of my mayohosko channel, because for those who don't know, when copper was enforced among all of YouTube's videos, because I didn't want to have to deal with my videos getting flagged as made for kids, I deleted all of my old videos. And I wasn't proud of those videos anyway, so I didn't feel any shame in deleting those videos, because I knew that if I were to come back, if I were to find a format of videos where my videos wouldn't get flagged as made for kids, which I strongly discourage any child under the age of 13 from being on social media in the first place, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, God forbid Tumblr, and all of the other social medias. I would strongly discourage children from being on there, even if they're on their parents' accounts, and that's how they get around the terms of service of social media companies. Because children don't belong on social media. I think it's lazy if their parents let them on social media, because I think to a degree that's neglect. And there's a reason why. Is this the 1x6? Yeah. There's a reason why. There's a reason why gaming networks like Roblox have the option for parents to disable multiplayer chat on their child's Roblox setting, and that's because they don't want their children being the victim or taken advantage of by someone, and also, God forbid, that they become a target of child pornographers. That's the kind of stuff which made the Federal Trade Commission of the United States get on YouTube's back anyway, with all of the videos that were clearly made for kids, and therefore had advertisers advertising directly to children, and a lot of kids' videos were becoming just giant toy commercials. And I don't want children to be exposed to that. And it took me a while to get my brain around at first, because I was subscribed to some kids' toy channels who made a lot of really cool Thomas Wooden Railway videos, like Izzy's Toy Time and Izzy's Train Time. They made some really interesting Thomas Wooden Railway layouts. That's the only reason I was subscribed to their channels. But then Copper came around. They realized that doing these types of videos will get us flagged as made for kids. But also, they wanted to go in a different direction also, because their son was getting older and older and was getting more involved with PC gaming and more mature type toys. And so I kind of lost interest. It was a combination of forcing my hand and not wanting to watch videos that I'm not interested in anymore. And so now instead of being angry, I'm a bittersweet about that. I think that's the best way to describe it. Being bittersweet is probably the most weirdest feeling that you can feel, because you don't know how to feel, positive or negative, which makes it bittersweet. Okay, what do we need now? So continue on with these column builds. We need some more tiles, white tiles. Hey, that's a mobile gaming app, white tiles. Finish off that column. Okay. Now I need some 1x1 white tiles. Yeah. So eventually I found a format of where my videos wouldn't get flagged as made for kids, and now I've been rolling with it ever since. And I've gained 7 subscribers in the past 28 days, which means I must be doing something right. And I think it's because a couple of my fans, including probably my number one fan in Captain Matt, has been heavily promoting the mayohosko channel, and I think he's played a part in the growth of my channel. So I will always be grateful for his help and his service to the mayohosko community. Funtum says, yeah, I hate kids on the internet. Do you remember the Blue Whale Challenge and the Tide Pod Challenge? It hurt so many people. I don't remember those particularly, but what I do remember is the Spider-Man and Elsa Gate, which was literal pornography, not with children, but adults dressed up in Spider-Man and Elsa, pornographic, sexually explicit videos directly targeted at children. And the people at YouTube wouldn't take down those channels that were in a clear violation of YouTube terms and service. So that lasted probably 4 years longer than what it should have. And I think that's what many people criticize most about videos made for kids, is the Spider-Man and Elsa Gate, along with people like Ryan's toy reviews and all of the corporate greed involved in that family. I look at people like Ryan from Ryan's toy reviews for the longest of time was a toy advertiser. There's no other way of saying it. He was advertising toys for kids in his review formats. And the reason his parents kept those videos going is because they were making the big bucks on YouTube. And I look at people like Ryan's toy reviews and all those other types of kid channels, and any other children that are forced upon by their parents to promote and build their brand on social media. I always have to ask myself, why can't parents just let their children live their childhood? Don't expose them to social media. Don't let them on social media. Don't let them become social media influencers. Just let them be a child. I really don't like children on social media because a lot of social media is way too dark and way too mature for children to be exposed to. There's a reason why social media companies have in their terms of service explicitly stated in their terms of service, no one under the age of 13 is allowed to use our platform. That goes for YouTube, that goes for Facebook, that goes for Twitter, that goes for Instagram, that goes for TikTok and the rest. Children don't belong on social media. And I will say that till the day I die. And that's why the whole drama with Copper happened in the first place. And I feel the most for the innocent YouTube channels who marked their videos as made for kids, gave up all of their rights to have comments on their videos, to have the like count publicly displayed. Better make sure the microphone's on. Yep, microphone's still on. Actually, let me just do an audio test. And various other things like not being able to be monetized because they changed their channel as made for kids out of fear when their channels are clearly not made for kids. I don't understand it. It was fear mongering that hurt a lot of innocent YouTube channels. And Funtime says it's my birthday in 3 days. Well, for 3 days' time, happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You might get what's today? Tuesday. So that means your birthday will be on Friday. If you get involved in Friday's live stream, I might sing you happy birthday because you've been a regular commenter on these live streams. Because I will go out of my way to do that kind of stuff for the people who take the effort, who make the effort and take the time out of their lives, the quick 5 to 10 seconds it takes to leave a like on my videos, the quick 10 to 30 seconds it takes to leave a comment on my videos. I mean, it's not that hard. Only good things can come out of it. That's mutually beneficial. It contributes positively to my YouTube analytics. It builds relationships between viewer and the content creator, and overall, it makes the mayohosko community something of substance. It makes the mayohosko community a friendly, a friendly environment, and an engaging chat room to be associated with, whether it's on YouTube, and we just got our second like. I'm guessing that was from Funtime, so thank you, Mike. Whether it's on my social media, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, whether it's on the mayohosko fan club, which is my Facebook group. Captain Matt says, "Hi, Funtime." So Captain Matt's back on here. Good to see you back. You must be on break or something. Because even though South Australia is in a lockdown right now because of our corona positive test in the community, Captain Matt is an essential worker, so that's why he's working right now. Okay, got to align some of these light bluish grey quarter round tiles. Yeah, so viewer engagement isn't that hard to do. It's beneficial to everyone. Like Captain Matt says, I'm at Macca's, which is what we call McDonald's in Australia. There's a massive lineup, 25 people. Ouch, that's a long line for fast food. And McDonald's is having its 50th birthday in Australia, so they've been running their ads that say we came here as McDonald's, but you've made us Macca's. I have a particular disdain for McDonald's because when my family went on a road trip to Melbourne, Victoria, in Australia, we passed by a McDonald's that was attached to a BP service station on the side of one of the freeways that leads into Melbourne, and I felt sick to my stomach after seeing such a sight, because I was like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this before. How can something like this exist? And then the more and more I traveled throughout the state of Victoria, the more and more of these so-called service centers or travel centers I discovered. And then I discovered that these things are all over the place on the east coast of Australia. And there's thousands of them in the United States of America. And I'm sure there's a bunch, there's hundreds in Canada, and the motorway systems of mainland Europe and metropolitan East Asia as well. And so I just really don't like that idea, because I think it's sickening, and I think it's highway robbery. So ever since then, I've refused to eat from the McDonald's lunchtime and dinner menu. The only times I'll go to McDonald's now is for breakfast, if I'm absolutely desperate. Funtime says, if you don't mind me asking, where do you work, Captain? Oh, I'm sure Captain can respond to that. And also he says, you are so lucky to be in Australia right now. We have a not so good president. Well, it seems like since 2008, particularly American politics has become two giant sports teams between the Democrats and Republicans, and ever since then, that same time, Australian politics has kind of turned into the same, which means that more people are pledging their allegiance to a certain political party, but I'm not going to get into that. And therefore, criticism of the president or the prime minister has only gotten more prominent. Because people were complaining about Barack Obama in the US. I'm talking about some people were complaining about Donald Trump, and now people are complaining about Joe Biden. Particularly as a US president, you're never going to please the population. in a two-party democracy. In Australia, we actually have some prominent independent political parties, but they'll never get voted into government. Okay, so now for a layout of tiles on top, and we've just ticked over 1 hour and 50 minutes. So we need a 1x6 light bluish grey tile, and we need a 1x8. Then we need a 1x3. Where is a 1x3? Here is a 1x3. And then we need two. Actually, I've done something wrong. I need to pull this part out. We need another 1x3. Yeah. Funtime says, I really don't care who wins as long as they're good for the country. I think that's what most people have come to a consensus to nowadays, is that we just want our elected politicians to do a good job running our countries, because that's what we elect our prime ministers and our presidents to do so. And no matter how much we complain about our politicians, the one thing we can be grateful for is that we live in a democracy. We don't live in a communist dictatorship or something. So we have more rights than others in the world. And whenever a couple years ago, I realized that for the benefit of my mental health, I have to look at I have to start looking at more of the positive things in life. And ever since I realized by calculating some of my family's finances that we are technically a part of the upper middle class, that has given me some more pride in my life. And ever since I discovered that my family is in the upper middle class, that's when I became more grateful for a lot of things in life. This isn't working out. What is going on here? Is this coffee mug supposed to be tilted? I think it is, otherwise it can't fit on. No. I built this wrong. I built this assembly all wrong. How is it? I see what it's supposed to do. I need to take this hinge out. I need to rotate it vertically 180 degrees, and then have this fan pattern using some of these some of these bar hole. Oh, pieces are flying all over the place. Some of these bar hole and clip adapters to be facing up, like the white ski pieces that were used for the cafe corner. As I've said in some of these live streams, the Assembly Square modular set 10255 for the 10th anniversary is a throwback to some of the old modulars. And so this build in particular is reminiscent of the cafe corner. And I apologize for all the times that I've bought a piece or a build up to the camera and the video quality isn't that good. Captain Matt says, Ashley said that's really cool about your family being in the upper middle class. Want to elaborate about why? Yeah. Oh, I can go into that. Funtime says, is there any way I can support your channel? Yes, there are multiple ways that you, Mike, and everyone else that's watching my live stream or watching my videos can support me. First of all, you can subscribe. Funtime says, Captain, if you don't mind me asking, what is your job? First of all, you can subscribe to the mayohosko channel. Second, you can give a like or a dislike on every video that you watch. You can also give a comment about something relating to the video. And what really helps me is if people choose to dislike the video, comment in the comments down below about why you dislike the video, so I can get your feedback, I can get your constructive criticism, so I can make necessary changes to improve my content. 3 is you can go back and watch every mayohosko video ever, honestly, which I have a dedicated playlist that is I think it's called All Time Mayohosko Videos. You can go to that playlist. I've listed those videos in chronological order so that you can just run that playlist and just stay on that playlist, not have to click onto any other videos. And you can watch my videos straight from my first one right down to my last one, which this live stream, when I end this, will be going in the all-time mayohosko playlist. 4th is you can follow me on my social media, which is my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. 5, you can join the mayohosko fan club, which is a Facebook group that I created. And 6, you can support me on Patreon, where you can get a lot of exclusive perks. That I have a lot of exclusive stuff that I share with people in the fan club, but I share even more exclusive stuff with my Patreon supporters, of which I don't share with my fan club. And the exclusive stuff that I share with my fan club is stuff that I don't share with my regular followers on social media. So links to my social media, my Patreon, and my fan club are in the description of every mayohosko video. So those are the 6 things that any viewer can do to support the mayohosko channel. I have deliberately established a hierarchy from subscriber to regular viewer, commenter, and liker, to follower on social media, to fan club member, to Patreon supporter, so that I can measure how involved different people are in the mayohosko community. And the higher you get up in the pecking order of just being subscribed to my YouTube channel to actually investing in the mayohosko channel, which the minimum for Patreon is $4.50 Australian dollars a month, which I'm pretty sure is, I think that's $3.25 or $3.50 US dollars a month. But hopefully one day I'll get up to $100 on Patreon, and then I'll be able to host some giveaways. And Funtime says, I'll give you some feedback, but the camera quality is fine, but the lighting needs to be fixed a little bit. Yes, I completely agree with that. Well, right now, the sun has gone down, and I don't like having those lights on back there, because that uses a lot of power. And so normally the blinds would be closed, but I've been busy with this live stream, so I haven't bothered to close those blinds. And we are just approaching 2 hours on the live stream. If I had the money, I would get myself some proper studio lights. And if I had the money, I would scratch build myself a proper reviewing station where I can review Lego sets and talk about my Lego mocks with a proper white background with studio lighting and everything. But that's a pipe dream for me. And something I'll say about the video quality of these live streams that you talk about. the video quality isn't the best because I do these videos on a laptop. My microphone is still connected, and as a result, my laptop camera isn't as good as my iPhone camera or my iPod cameras and the phone that I use right here, right now, that you can see right there to film my time lapses. So if I'm able to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours on the mayohosko channel, that means that YouTube will allow me to do live streams from a mobile device. And one day I would love to film live streams on my iPhone 13 when I get that thing in October or November of 2021. I'd love to be able to do live streams straight away when I get my iPhone 13, but I've only got 137 subscribers right now, and I've got just a tick over 100 watch time hours. You need 4,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers in a 12-month period to be able to get monetized. And me personally right now, if I were to get monetized, I wouldn't want to get monetized for the money. In all honesty, I would want to get monetized so I can improve the quality of my live streams right now. So those are all a pipe dreams, and hopefully one day the mayohosko community and any newcomers that come in can make it happen. That's a reference to a V energy drink commercial. What was I going to say? Yeah, and so because I have my Patreon set up, I wouldn't want, and we've just ticked over 2 hours and 2 minutes. I wouldn't necessarily want to be monetized for the money because I've got my Patreon. I would want to be monetized for all of the abilities for video creations that I can unlock. Like, for example, when I reached 100 subscribers, I got the eligibility to create a custom URL, and it took about 1 to 2 months for it to process. But now youtube.com/c/mayohosko, all in lowercase. Funtime says it a good 720p. Okay, it's in 720p, but if I was to film on a mobile device, you'd be able to watch the live stream in 180p. And and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the perks about the iPhone 13 is that I think you'll be able to film in 4K. But I know there are some cameras right now, new cameras that are being manufactured right now. You can film in 8K, which would be a pipe dream for me. If the iPhone 13 is able to film in 4K, then I would love to film videos in 4K and take the extra time of rendering the videos to upload them in 4K. I would love that. Just the ability to film live streams on a mobile device when I get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours in a 12-month period. Being able to do live streams in 180p in 1080p instead of 720p would make me feel better about the way I deliver content to viewers like you, because I want my videos to be the best, because you viewers deserve the best, and I want to do everything to be the best. So I think I'm going to wrap up this stream because we're approaching 6 o'clock Australian Central Standard Time. I do these live streams 4 to 6 p.m. on weekdays throughout the rest of this week. If you want to get involved in these live streams, be sure to put those times into your time zone converter, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. And we've just approaching 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I'm going to put this floor on top of I'm going to put the music store on top of the coffee shop, and that's going to end this live stream. So now I'm gonna kind of regurgitate some of the stuff that I've already said. So thank you for watching this live stream. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To be notified of every mayohosko upload, be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And if you want to see exclusive behind-the-scenes content, if you want to get early access to my YouTube videos before they get released, if you want to see exclusive text and images that I might not otherwise share on my social media, if you want to get the right to vote on some mayohosko polls, the right to get some administrative control of some of the things that go on around here, and you want to see the production value of this channel grow, hopefully one day be in the running to win a giveaway prize, as well as other different perks. Just gonna decline that, as well as many other perks. Feel free to support me on Patreon. Besides the comments down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to my social media, my Patreon, and the mayohosko fan club are in every description of every mayohosko video. So thank you for Captain Matt and Funtime, who have come along with this live stream today. I will see you in the next live stream, and I will see you in the next video. Captain Matt says goodbye, Mayo. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching or listening. End stream.